A Plymouth nonprofit is launching their annual campaign that highlights homelessness and poverty in the suburbs. It looks much different in the suburbs than it does in the inner city. Reporter Shannon Slatton sat down with Interfaith Outreach Executive Director Kevin Ward to talk about why.
The Sleep Out is in its 28th year. 28 years we've been creating awareness in the community about families who are really struggling. You know, it started out, we were sleeping out in cardboard boxes and talking about homelessness. But what we've learned is it shows up very differently here in the suburbs. You take Minneapolis for an example, it shows up more in kind of the encampments or people sleeping in tents. Here it shows up in their everyday budget. And we just want to highlight, for example, there's about 2,500 families or households in our community that are living at that 200% below poverty. And that's a family of four making $60,000 a year. And that budget doesn't work because 63% of that is going towards housing costs. It's not sustainable. So our Sleep Out is bringing awareness to those basic needs and ongoing stability for those families who are specifically living in the suburbs.
Can you give us just a snippet of all the different ways Interfaith Outreach comes around those families to help them?
Yeah, absolutely. We start off with our food shelf. People can come to our food shelf to really help that budget work. They can take those funds instead of buying food and use them for utility costs. We also help out with transportation. We have employment services, mental health. We also work with early child care and early childhood education. And so those are just a few of the things that we're passionate about and that families come to us where we can support them, as well as rent and utilities.
All right. Now, if someone is interested in helping out in the Sleep Out or just with Interfaith Outreach, what should they do?
Well, first, if they want to host their own Sleep Out or Sleep In, feel free to do that and maybe create some awareness around that with your family and friends. You can also volunteer. We're always looking for volunteers to come and help in our work, in our mission, and then thirdly is contribute financially.
All right, and if you're interested in volunteering, you can do that as well.
Absolutely. And volunteering can show up a lot of different ways, from our food shelf to our resale store, to working with clients. There's just a number of ways that you can volunteer and get involved.
All right, so go to your website to find out more?
Yeah, it's www.iocp.org/sleepout2023.
All right, lots to learn there. Kevin Ward, Executive Director of Interfaith Outreach and Community Partners. Thank you for being here.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you.
Find more local news stories at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.